This is the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Radio Network.
And we are live at the GBU Live Campus View Club. There is a women's basketball game going on, so you'll hear that in the background. But the story of the day, USA Hockey beating Latvia. Yeah. It's that time of year. It is. It's cool to watch. Do you get into watching Olympic?
I don't know if I've ever watched the Winter Olympics. I don't know if I've ever watched it. So, no.
Yeah, I know you're a bit busy this time of year.
Yeah, this time of year I'm kind of busy, so I don't watch much regular TV.
Yeah, man. Do you binge, like when you're outside of the season?
I do, and sometimes on road trips. Like, normally my TV watching is the night before the game because I've done all the preparation, and I kind of give myself a chance to relax. And so the night before the game is when I may watch a show or some NBA games, or if one of our guys is playing in the NBA, I'll get a chance to watch them. When we're on the road, especially if it's like a night game, so if it's a weekday road trip or, you know, you're just in a hotel, so I may binge watch some shows that I've heard about, I've heard people talk about. I'll do that. But mainly it's after the season's over with.
Have you seen the Pitt yet?
I haven't. My daughters and my wife are like addicted to it. I've seen them watching it, so I've seen maybe like 10 minutes of it, but they love it.
It's crazy.
I heard.
And supposedly, of all the medical dramas, it's the most accurate
God
in itself.
Them, man. Whew. Those
I
are
know.
the real heroes right there.
I know, right? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Duke is very good. That's
Very
one
good.
thing. One thing we saw. It's a 2-point game at half. They had that 7-0 run to end it. What are the takeaways from the Duke game?
We were ready to play. I thought we did some really good things in the first half to put ourselves in a position. I don't think we ended the half well. We led for a good part of the first half, and then we didn't end the half well, so we go in down 6. And to start the second half, we get a wide open 3. We miss it. We come down. We have a really good defensive possession. They don't score. We come down and we miss a layup. They come down and score. We come back. We miss 2 free throws. They score. And then we miss another 3. And it goes from 6 to 11. I loved how we responded after I called the timeout then, and we got it back down to 5. And again, just our inability to make a shot, to make shots consistently. We had it was a point in the game where it was a 6-point game, and we got 5 straight stops. And during that time, we had 3 open threes that if we make, it puts more pressure on them, more game pressure, and we didn't make them, and then they were able to make some plays. Evans got loose and, made us pay.
You mentioned a couple of those defensive plays at the start of the second half. Overall, defensively, against a team that had been scoring a lot of points, Boozer was limited to 9 opportunities. Yeah,
I thought, I think they were averaging for the season 84, 86, something like that. We held them to 70. So I thought we did a good job there. Their coaches told me that it's the best job anyone has done against Cam Boozer. So I thought our double teaming them, and we were really on point with that in the second half. They hurt us a little bit in the first half. We made some adjustments, and our guys did an outstanding job of executing that in the second half. We just had a spurt, man. It was a spurt, and that's what the really good teams do. They can go on these spurts. And Evans had one of those spurts where, we were in a situation where Foster drove us, and it's dead. Like, we have him, and he has nowhere to go. And in that moment, as a player, we talked about Evans is the guy we have to have the awareness for as far as shooting threes. He was really the only guy that we thought, he and Boozer. And in that moment, you got to build back out, but you got to find him. We didn't. We were a half second late. He made us pay. We overran a screen one time on a get action. He made us pay. And that's what really good players do. And so I thought we did some good things defensively, but we got to be better all the way around.
Carolina's the one team in the upper echelon of the ACC you haven't seen yet. You'll see them on Saturday. Having seen these teams, whether it's a surprise like Clemson or an expectation like Duke, you saw what Louisville did the other day. What do you think about the strength of this conference?
I think our league is really good. You can tell the people that, really have made big jumps in their program. In particular, Louisville the last 2 years. But then this year, you look at Miami, you look at NC State, and you look at Virginia. Those three teams and what they've done. Obviously, you always think Duke and Carolina are going to be there. SMU, I think, is really good. They have 3 elite guards. And if you have really good guards, you're always going to have a chance because they control the game. But I think our league is really good. I mean, Clemson retooled and went out and got some guys and I think they only brought one guy back and went out and got some guys and the pieces fit. And they're playing really, really well right now. Big matchup, Duke and Clemson this weekend.
Yeah.
Obviously, Louisville, I don't know if anyone has come in here and done to us what Louisville did. And that was without Mikel Brown, the outstanding freshman point guard who had 45 points the other day against NC State. And so it's a lot of talent in this league. I think we have 3 of the best freshmen nationally with Boozer, with kid Caleb Wilson at North Carolina, and then with Mikel Brown at Louisville. Some other really good freshmen, but those 3 all 3 of those guys will be top 10 picks in the draft. So I think our league has gotten a lot better.
Yeah, I would agree. Hey, another one of your former players is on an NBA roster now. We'll tell you who that is and the season he's having. I'll give you a hint. He once got up on a table and told a group of fans to quiet down because it was not their night. We'll talk about that next on the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
At PNC Bank, they pride themselves on being boring. For nearly 160 years, they've quietly toiled away to serve up brilliant results for their equally brilliant clients. As a proud sponsor of Pitt Athletics, PNC digs your passion for winning. That's why they have dedicated teams throughout Pittsburgh, all ready to do the boring work to help set you up for success. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association. Hey Pitt fans, at L.B. Foster Company, we innovate to solve global infrastructure challenges. Our technology and product-based solutions support both efficient rail transportation and public infrastructure. We work hard every day to help keep our world moving. If you'd like to join our team or want to learn more about us, please check us out at lbfoster.com. Thanks, and hail to Pitt.
We believe healthcare should treat the whole person and the whole community. At UPMC, we aim to do just that by partnering with organizations that help bring fresh and healthy food to the people who need it most. Because life-changing is caring for you before you ever walk in our doors. Learn more at upmc.com/community impact. UPMC. Life-changing medicine.
Thinking about selling your home? With RE/MAX Select Realty, you're not just getting an agent, you're getting a powerhouse team backed by the #1 name in real estate. Our proven marketing, expert negotiators, and cutting-edge technology mean your home sells faster and for top dollar. Trust the brand with global reach and local expertise. When it comes to selling your biggest investment, don't settle. Select the best. RE/MAX Select Realty, official real estate partner of Pitt Athletics. You don't need to study film or draw up elaborate plays to save on groceries. Just visit Giant Eagle and get freshness and savings in every basket. Choose from a top-seeded selection of fresh produce, meat, seafood, baked goods, and more to make every meal a fan favorite. Our friendly team members are happy to help you plan the perfect dish. Plus, with My Perks rewards, weekly deals, and can't-miss value from our family of brands, you always have ways to save. Giant Eagle, because it matters. Need a slam dunk snack for game day? Pitt Panther Paws are here to deliver, bringing hometown flavor with every bite. Buttery caramel, chopped pecans, a mini pretzel, and smooth milk chocolate come together for the perfect balance of sweet and salty, just like a buzzer-beating victory. From tip-off to final whistle, keep your crowd cheering with a snack made for champions. Available now at a Sarah's Candies retailer near you.
Let's return to the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Radio Network.
And we are at the GBU Live Campus View Club here at the Peterson Events Center, and the player we were talking about is, of course, Blake Hinson, who gets a two-way contract with the Utah Jazz, which is awesome. Puts him on an NBA roster. This season in the G League, he was averaging 23.2 points, 5.3 rebounds, 2.3 assists, and he's going to be in the Rising Stars Challenge at All-Star Weekend in Los Angeles. How cool.
Yeah, it is really, really cool. I talked to him. He texted me to let me know that they had signed him, Utah, like before it became public, and thanked me. And then he suited up last night for the first time. So it was the first time he put on an NBA uniform. And I texted him late last night, early this morning, just asked him how it felt. And he just talked about how great it felt. But then he said, Coach, you know me, you created a really ambitious dude, because now I'm trying to figure out how to convert this to a real one. And I love that about him. I mean, there's been no player that I've ever coached anywhere I've ever been that brought more joy to the game of basketball than him. As a coach, head coach or an assistant coach, just like I'm sure with any leader in any business, anything that you do, you know, if you can have someone that brings you energy, that gives energy, it's contagious. And for me, for the 2 years that he was here, every day, I normally heard Blake before I saw him because he's a pretty loud guy. But every day when I walked on the court for practice, it was a great day because of the joy and the energy that he brought about getting better. I'll never forget his second year. It was his turn to be the leader. His first year, you know, it was JB, it was Nelly, Greg, all those guys. And he was obviously a really good player. We had just lost, and it was a really tough loss and bad loss. Didn't know how bad it would be at the time, but we lost here to Missouri. And it was he and I coming upstairs to the elevator to go up to do media. And I grabbed him, and he says, I said, man, how are we? He said, Coach, we'll be fine. We'll be good. I just got to get my young fellas going. I got to keep giving them confidence, talking about Bub and Jalen. But we'll be fine. And I didn't know if we'd be fine, to be completely honest with you. And we weren't fine for a little bit after that. We started the ACC 1-5. And we were getting ready to go down and play at Duke, the game that you were, referenced earlier. And Duke had just beaten us by 31 here 2 games prior. We had lost 31 at home here, and then Syracuse came in and beat us by 20. And we go down there, and our team was terrific. He was unbelievable. We don't win that game, not just all the threes that he made, but the spirit that he had and that he gave to the team. And it changed our season. You know, we went from 1-5, we win that, and we go on this run, and we have a really outstanding season.
That game, I know you don't listen, it's your alma mater, but did you kind of understand, all right, the joy jumps up on the table? You probably don't want that to happen all the time,
Yeah.
but given the things you had said, nobody wins in that building, and to pull that off at that time.
You know, one of the coolest things was, when he did it, I didn't know I didn't realize what was happening. I was shaking hands. So I ran over there like, yo, don't, like, what are you doing? And if you, like, as we're walking back to the locker room, I have my arm around him. And I'm like, listen, man, like, you can't, like, I get it, but you can't do that. And his exact words to me were, Coach, man, I had to do that for you. Every time we play them, they try to embarrass you. Like, they try to run the score up on us. And I wanted to do that for you. Like, I get freaking emotional thinking about it now.
Wow.
And that's the type of relationship that I've had with him since he came here. You know, he's on the visit. It's he and his mom and his dad. We're at the Capitol Grill, and all of a sudden he's like gets up, thought he went to the bathroom, and came back, and he was like, "All right, I made my decision. I'm coming to play for you. Like, I want to come." And we had no idea he would be as good as he was. Like, we knew that he was a good player, but we had no idea. I mean, the kid in 2 years at Ole Miss made a total of 92 threes in 2 years. And I think he made 96 his first year with us and made 110, I think, his second year. And so he worked, had a routine. He and my brother are super close, and the stuff they did every day. And he was so loyal to this place, so appreciative of this place, the people here. He got to know people. I miss him, and I tell him that every time I talk to him.
I think about the game, too, of West Virginia.
Yeah.
Where he just...
Another cool moment in that game, like at the end, towards the end, I had no idea that he was going to break the record. I really had no idea. And it was a break into action late, and I was probably getting ready to take him out the game. And Bub comes up to me, a freshman, and it's like, "Coach, let's run this. Blake only needs one more three to break the record." I had no idea. But Bub knew it. How he knew it, I had no idea. And we ran the play. Blake hit the three. We took him out the game. And so just some really cool moments, man, with those guys, you know, that you really miss and you really appreciate.
And he's with Woj.
Yeah.
Guy you know very well is one of the assistants at Utah.
Yep. One of my former teammates at Duke. We were backcourt mates for 3 years. We coached together at Duke, and he's an assistant coach there. And then Chris Jones, who played here, is on the staff there as player development coach. So it's two guys. Right when Blake texted me and told me, I reached out to Wojo and let him know and told him to take care of him. And I know Chris will as well. Also
in the Rising Stars game is Bub Carrington. We found that out today. Was that today?
They sprung it on. He just texted me and said they sprung it on me today.
So and he was just up in Cleveland.
They played in Cleveland last night. My brother took his boys there to go see he and Justin. And, you know, Bub's having a really good year. He started out, struggled a little bit early, but has really played well, like the last 20 games, kind of like how he played last year, starting point guard. It's tough because they don't want to win. And that's what you get. That same thing with Utah. Like, they don't want to win because they're trying to position themselves for the draft. Both teams made some trades to get better, but they're trying to get better for next year to make the jump. And both teams have really good young pieces and young nucleus. And they added some veterans in the trade that they're not going to play. Like Jaren Jackson played well last night. He's out for the year now. AD, Trey Young in Washington. But Bub's doing great, and I know he'll have a great time out in California.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, we'll talk to one of the new rising stars of your program next. Freshman center Kieran Mullen is here. He'll join us next here on the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
Do you desire a career in the electrical industry, have a strong work ethic, and take pride in your work? Well, the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local Number 5 has immediate opportunities for you. Earn industry-leading wages and benefits, including health care for your family, retirement packages, continuing education programs, pathways for advancement, and so much more. For information, call 412-432-1400 or visit us online at ibw5.org today.
Is your business looking for local and national health coverage? If you have more than 50 employees, UPMC Health Plan has something new for you. UPMC National Access. UPMC National Access gives employees access to the top-ranked doctors and hospitals of UPMC, along with nationwide access through the Cigna Healthcare PPO network. For the quality, affordable coverage that your company deserves, locally and nationally, choose UPMC Health Plan.
A bicentennial isn't measured in years alone, but in progress. And KeyBank has been there to celebrate yours, building homes, businesses, and communities together, bringing new opportunities to generation after generation. For 200 years, KeyBank's been meeting you in the moments that matter most. Here's to 2 centuries of service and counting. KeyBank opens doors. KeyBank member FDIC.
GBU Life helps you make 2026 your year. Whether it's boosting your well-being with the Optimity Wellness app, pursuing education through scholarships and grants, tackling important tasks like your will with LawShore, or giving back to your community through matching programs. Discover how GBU Life can help you, or if you're already a member, unlock these benefits at gbu.org/new year. GBU Life is the marketing name for GBU Financial Life, Pittsburgh, PA. Third-party services mentioned in this ad are available at no additional cost for eligible members. GBU Life is not affiliated with these third parties.
Post-Gazette sports reporters Noah Hiles and Chris Carter follow your Pitt Panthers like they're on man-to-man coverage. They're the best duo in the city for game summary, stats, and insider info for the Oakland Zoo and all fans. Catch the action on the North Shore Drive podcast and drop a line in their mailbag. And don't forget to follow coverage all season long in the Post-Gazette. Read about wins at the Pitt and on the road from the preseason all the way to the ACC Championship.
As on the basketball court, financial planning requires a comprehensive playbook to win the wealth management game. JKS Financial understands that your needs are unique and will provide the game plan to win with your financial goals. Their financial advisors use a proven wealth optimization system with a focus on retirement distribution strategy, and will coach you through your journey to financial stability and peace of mind for the future. Visit jks-financial.nm.com.
Back to the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Radio Network.
We are back at the Peterson Event Center, the GBU Life Club. If you've never been up here or have the opportunity to come up here, the view up here of the court is awesome. Like, you just kind of get a cool overview of what's going on down there. You might be able to slap five with Kieran Mullen. He might be able to reach up just to say, hey, what's up, everybody? He joins us. Thanks for taking time out of your night to do this.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Appreciate it. You're from North Vancouver.
Yeah.
How would you describe your hometown?
I would say it's beautiful. Like, you can look at the backyard and you can see mountains, and then, you know, I could walk down the street 5 minutes and I'm at the waterfront, so I can see the whole city from where I'm from. So it's really nice.
I mean, you could walk down to the river down here.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, you can look up and you could see like hills.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't hosted an Olympic Games as Vancouver. And here's what's scary. The Olympics there were in 2010, and Kieran was 4 when those happened. It seemed like it were yesterday. Like, you must still hear stories. I mean, what's the pride that your hometown has in hosting the Olympics?
Yeah, so I don't know. I think people really have a lot of pride in it. Like, you'll still see a lot of the Olympic rings a lot. You'll see them all over at the airport, Whistler. They have them, as well as like the mascots they use for those Olympics. So you'll still see them every now and then. People will have them like in their attics. They'll have the little plushies. So,
oh, really?
Yeah, they'll have those. So
it's
cool.
not like furries where people dress up like that.
No.
I just want to make sure.
No.
Did you ever ski?
I didn't, no, which was unfortunate because there's a mountain right behind my old high school. So all my friends would go up after school. They would go skiing, snowboarding, but I just never got a chance to do it.
There's a hill right by Old Shenley. Did you ever play hockey?
So I always wanted to. Like, I was a big hockey fan. Hockey was definitely my number one sport until I was probably in the 5th grade. But I never got a chance to. My parents were always telling me it was too much or it's too expensive and it's too dangerous. So just stuck with basketball.
Probably danger first, then the other things.
Yeah, then the other things.
You ever have a desire to luge?
To luge? No, I haven't. So I would always see you know, all the different Olympic stuff when I was really young. My parents were always like, yeah, you're never doing anything like that. Never.
I don't know what would be worse, the luge where you're laying on your back or the skeleton where you're face first.
Yeah, both are bad.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do either.
I'd rather just not know that the end is coming.
Yeah, I'd just avoid it.
Are you a Seahawks fan?
That's a good question. I don't know. I feel like I can't say yes without sounding like a bandwagon right now, just hopping on it after they win. But growing up, my family definitely wanted them to beat the Patriots. That's for sure. So, you know, I guess you could say that.
I think it's fair to say we don't like the Patriots too much in these parts.
Yeah.
Based on previous encounters with New England. So I think most of the Pittsburgh was behind the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever been down for baseball or football or
So I've never been down to watch any games, but I used to go down to Seattle all the time for AAU tournaments when I was young, exposure camps, stuff like that when I was growing up. So I was in Seattle, Washington a lot.
When we come back, let's talk about this season, the transition for you to college basketball. All of that with Kieran Mullen as we continue here on the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies ask, what's your salary? At Northwestern Mutual, we ask, what's your story? We know building the right financial plan means looking at more than money. That's why we start by asking the right questions, listening to what matters most to you, then guiding you every step of the way to help you live the life you want. Plan your financial story with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Northwestern Mutual Pittsburgh today. Visit pittsburgh.nm.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. As on the basketball court, financial planning requires a comprehensive playbook to win the wealth management game. JKS Financial understands that your needs are unique and will provide the game plan to win with your financial goals. Their financial advisors use a proven wealth optimization system with a focus on retirement distribution strategy and will coach you through your journey to financial stability and peace of mind for the future. Visit jks-financial.nm.com.
Post-Gazette sports reporters Noah Hiles and Chris Carter follow your Pitt Panthers like they're on man-to-man coverage. They're the best duo in the city for game summary, stats, and insider info for the Oakland Zoo and all fans. Catch the action on the North Shore Drive podcast and drop a line in their mailbag. And don't forget to follow coverage all season long in the Post-Gazette. Read about wins at the Pitt and on the road from the preseason all the way to the ACC Championship.
GBU Life helps you make 2026 your year. Whether it's boosting your well-being with the Optimity Wellness app, pursuing education through scholarships and grants, tackling important tasks like your will with Lawshore, or giving back to your community through matching programs. Discover how GBU Life can help you, or if you're already a member, unlock these benefits at gbu.org/new year. GBU Life is the marketing name for GBU Financial Life, Pittsburgh, PA. Third-party services mentioned in this ad are available at no additional cost for eligible members. GBU Life is not affiliated with these third parties.
UPMC believes that not having a place to call home is as much of a health emergency as anything else. That's why we're working to increase access to affordable and stable housing across Pennsylvania by partnering with local organizations. Because life-changing is helping you before you ever walk in our doors. Learn more at upmc.com/community impact. UPMC. Life-changing medicine.
Hey Pitt fans, at L.B. Foster Company, we innovate to solve global infrastructure challenges. Our technology and product-based solutions support both efficient rail transportation and public infrastructure. We work hard every day to help keep our world moving. If you'd like to join our team or want to learn more about us, please check us out at lbfoster.com. Thanks, and hail to Pitt.
Let's return to the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Radio Network.
And we're joined by freshman Kieran Mullen. When did you move to Pittsburgh?
I want to say late June. I got out here June 20th. Was around then, yeah.
So it's nice and warm?
Yeah, nice and warm. You know, it was hot outside, and then quickly it just changed, so.
Yeah, kind of one Sunday, all of a sudden we had a foot and a half of snow.
Yeah.
How do you go about when you come to college, like meeting your teammates, interacting with your teammates, building those relationships? How does that work?
Yeah, so I feel like at first, not really knowing anybody on the team, I just came in one night. Some of the guys were shooting around. It was one of my first nights here. I met a couple of other freshmen, Amari and Makari, as well as Barry. So I feel like just meeting those guys, getting the initial impressions out the way, you know, just being able to like kind of get things going early. And then after that, sort of just establishing like good friendships with them off the court, slowly kind of builds things.
So you guys have those workouts, which I don't know if they're supervised or how that works, but you get into your first couple of practices. What was it like for you to kind of adjust to this level as you're going through drills?
I feel like just definitely the intensity that you have to approach workouts with. Like you really have to come in with the intent that like you're going to go hard, and that's how you're going to get better. Is just you got to push yourself to the max. Like every time you work out, and you just got to stay composed, stay focused. There's a lot of things going on, a lot of people saying different things. You kind of just got to focus on what you're doing.
Deshaun is hurt early or is not able to play. At what point did you kind of have a feeling like, all right, this season's going to be a little bit more than what I thought?
Yeah, so once Deshaun got hurt, I feel like it was immediately after that. Like I kind of knew that like I would kind of have to step into something, bigger than what I had expected for earlier in the year. But it wasn't something I was like afraid of. I was ready for it. I feel like I was excited about the opportunity. And yeah, I felt like, this is a good opportunity for me to get my foot in the door and kind of just take it from there.
We had a chance to talk to Cam a couple of weeks ago, and he was crediting your improvement. And we see Papa at games, just like how much he still loves you guys and is encouraging everybody. What's it been like working with those two specifically?
Yeah, no, Cam for sure. I've learned a lot from Cam. I feel like he's definitely shown me like there's a level of physicality that you need to play at this level, and going against him every day, getting reps against him has really helped.
How's
me
that
with
going?
It's been good. A couple of weeks ago, had to get some stitches in my lip, but it's okay. That's the only complaint I have. But besides that, it's been good. And then Papa's really good off the court. He's a good dude. He's really good at just helping me stay focused. I'll talk to him a lot when it comes to things I'm worried about or things that like I'm unsure of, and he's obviously been here for a couple of years, so he knows the system, he knows everything. Like I just kind of lean on him when I need to, and he's really good just to talk to in the locker room and have that kind of support.
If there's an old commercial, probably too old for you, the Energizer Bunny. Are you familiar with that?
Yeah.
If it personified itself in a coach, it would probably be Tim O'Toole.
It would be.
He coaches the bigs. What's it been like working with Tim?
So T.O., he came and visited me probably 7 times last year at prep school. He has a relationship with my coaches there, so he was in and out a lot. So I got to see him a lot, and I kind of knew how he would be just based off the few interactions we had before I committed. And then obviously getting on campus, he took me on my tour, everything. And then once we really started practicing, I realized that, like, okay, yeah, like I see how Coach O'Toole is, but it's great. He brings high energy every day, and I'm just trying to take every bit of advice I can from him, just listen to what he has to say, and just try to apply it into my game.
Pretty infectious energy.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
What do you remember about stepping on the court the first time against Bucknell?
I was just excited. I feel like I would have thought I was going to be a little bit more nervous if I had known I was going to go in that game, but I was ready. I was excited to play. It was the opportunity I'd wanted the whole time, so I was just kind of ready to step on the court and just try and help my team impact any way I can. It's always the goal, just do what I can and help us do whatever we need. So yeah.
The SMU game, there's the block, the dunk, I think a layup in kind of a really short order, and you were emotional, like you were into it. Like, what does just that part of that game do for you going forward, and what you might be able to do?
I mean, it makes me confident for sure. Like, I always believe in myself. So when it happened, obviously I was excited. Like, I'm excited to be around my teammates in moments like that because we all have each other's backs. So, seeing how they reacted when they called the timeout, it was pretty cool. But it makes me confident in myself going forward, and yeah.
How different of a player are you now than you were at the beginning? And then what more steps can you take before the end of this season?
I feel like I'm definitely more focused than I was at the beginning of the season. At the beginning of the season, I felt like I had to prove that I can step into a bigger role than what I initially came in with. And then now I still have that same goal, but I feel like I've taken the steps to prove that that I can approach that, as well as, just working every day to stay stay on top of everything I'm doing. And I think the steps that I can take is just keep putting in work, keep showing up, and just take every bit of advice I can and apply it to my game.
Well, when we come back a little bit more with Kieran, I want to ask you about going to school in Connecticut for a year and how that prepared you for this. And we're going to play a game to see how well you can distinguish between someone that's American or Canadian.
Okay.
As we continue, Panthers at North Carolina, Saturday at 2 o'clock here on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
Hi, this is Bill Hillgrove. Life moves fast, but planning ahead doesn't have to be complicated.
Exactly, Bill. That's why NSS Life offers affordable life insurance and reliable annuities you can count on.
It's the peace of mind you've been looking for.
Because you're not just planning for tomorrow, you're building a future that lasts a lifetime.
NSS Life. Secure today, confident tomorrow.
NSS Life, where family matters.
Do you desire a career in the electrical industry, have a strong work ethic, and take pride in your work? Well, the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local Number 5 has immediate opportunities for you. Earn industry-leading wages and benefits, including health care for your family, retirement packages, continuing education programs, pathways for advancement, and so much more. For information, call 412-432-1400 or visit us online at ibw5.org today.
At PNC Bank, they pride themselves on being boring. For nearly 160 years, they've quietly toiled away to serve up brilliant results for their equally brilliant clients. As a proud sponsor of Pitt Athletics, PNC digs your passion for winning. That's why they have dedicated teams throughout Pittsburgh, all ready to do the boring work to help set you up for success. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association. Thinking about selling your home? With RE/MAX Select Realty, you're not just getting an agent, you're getting a powerhouse team backed by the #1 name in real estate. Our proven marketing, expert negotiators, and cutting-edge technology mean your home sells faster and for top dollar. Trust the brand with global reach and local expertise. When it comes to selling your biggest investment, don't settle. Select the best. RE/MAX Select Realty, official real estate partner of Pitt Athletics. You don't need to study film or draw up elaborate plays to save on groceries. Just visit Giant Eagle and get freshness and savings in every basket. Choose from a top-seeded selection of fresh produce, meat, seafood, baked goods, and more to make every meal a fan favorite. Our friendly team members are happy to help you plan the perfect dish. Plus, with My Perks rewards, weekly deals, and can't miss value from our family of brands, you always have ways to save. Giant Eagle, because it matters.
Post-Gazette sports reporters Noah Hiles and Chris Carter follow your Pitt Panthers like they're on man-to-man coverage. They're the best duo in the city for game summary, stats, and insider info for the Oakland Zoo and all fans. Catch the action on the North Shore Drive podcast and drop a line in their mailbag. And don't forget to follow coverage all season long in the Post-Gazette. Read about wins at the Pitt and on the road from the preseason all the way to the ACC Championship.
Let's return to the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Radio Network.
Joined by Kieran Mullen here on the Jeff Capel Show. You left home to play at St. Thomas More your last year in Connecticut.
Sir.
So from Vancouver to Connecticut, was that harder on your parents or on you?
I can't really say. I feel like me. The year prior to that, I had been at a prep school in Ontario, Canada. So I'd been there for 6 months, decided I didn't like it, went back home, graduated back in Vancouver, and then for my prep year, that's when I went to Connecticut. So it wasn't too big of an adjustment because I'd already been out there. So
so you were kind of prepared for being alone?
Yeah, I was prepared for being alone. It wasn't my first time. I had a good roommate who I'm still close with now. Me and him talk a lot. So I don't know. I enjoyed it a lot.
So it was kind of cool, like, not that you don't love your family. It's like, this freedom stuff is.
Yeah, it was nice. I don't know about freedom, but it was a cool experience for sure. I liked it.
What sold you on Pitt?
I feel like one of the main things for me was how much Coach O'Toole came out to Connecticut. You know, like he kind of just became a familiar face at one point. And, you know, the first time he came out, he talked about Vancouver a little bit, how he had been there. Like he kind of started to connect with me on a personal level. So I feel like that was one of the big reasons. I just thought that, you know, it showed like, okay, like they're showing up, they're here, like they want to get to know me a little bit better. And, you know, I learned more about the school, learned more about everything, kind of saw who was coming in. And I think that's what really sold me.
All right. Being from Canada, let's play the game. Canadian or American? There would be some questions we have to pick, and then there'll be some true or false. Okay. We'll start with Sidney Crosby.
Canadian.
All right. Sidney Sweeney.
American.
I love Sid. Ryan Reynolds.
Canadian. He's from Vancouver.
Is he really?
Uh-huh.
Ryan Gosling.
Canadian.
Timothy Chalamet.
American.
Drake.
Canadian.
Kendrick Lamar.
American.
Thomas Edison.
American.
Alexander Graham Bell.
American.
Canadian.
Really?
Inventor of the telephone is Canadian. Tim Hortons is Canadian.
Mm-hmm.
We all know that.
Mm-hmm.
But are you sure that Tim Horton was Canadian?
I think he was.
He was.
Yeah.
Is NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman Canadian?
I don't think so. I don't want to say
right.
he is.
He is not. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell, is he Canadian?
No.
No, you're right. Is the founder of basketball James Naismith Canadian?
Yeah, he is.
He is, which I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Is Captain Kirk from Star Trek Canadian?
Oh, yeah, he is. The actor.
He is. Yeah. He is. William Shatner.
Yeah.
Did your parents listen more to Bryan Adams or Neil Young?
Oh, Neil Young.
All right. Good answer. Good answer. All right. There's a show called Only Murders in the Building. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
No.
But there are two actors that are way older than you, but I'm going to take a shot here.
All right.
Martin Short or Steve Martin? Which one is Canadian?
Steve Martin.
Martin Short. There's a bunch of older guys that, do you know Dan Aykroyd?
Yeah, I've heard the name.
All right, he's Canadian, but I'm not going to. Which nation has a higher percentage of college grads, the United States or Canada?
Probably the U.S.
It's Canada.
Ooh.
True or false? Canada has more donut shops per capita than any other country.
I feel like, yeah.
True.
Yeah.
It's true.
There's a lot of Tim Hortons. There's a lot.
Winnie the Pooh got his name after the city of Winnipeg. True or false?
False.
True.
Really?
Canadians eat more sausage than any other country.
Probably.
False. Canadians drink more beer per capita than the United States.
I don't know. I want to go false.
You're right.
Yeah.
It's false. Canada produces over 50% of the world's maple syrup output.
Yeah.
It's actually 77%
really?
Of maple syrup comes from Canada.
Mm.
Why is there an oak leaf on the Canadian flag?
I don't know. I wish I could tell you.
It's maple. That was just
yeah,
a
maple
question.
leaf.
Yeah. Are you a fan of poutine?
I am. Yeah, it's good.
If you guys know what poutine is, it's fries with gravy and cheese curds, right?
Yeah.
Is that something you could eat like daily, or you had a lot?
I don't know about daily, but
like if you need to gain some weight, like
yeah,
poutine might be a place to go.
Pretty dense food. It's good though.
So I was looking this up. There's a thing called a Japa dog. Have you ever had that in Vancouver?
I have. I've had it.
This is a hot dog with teriyaki, seaweed, miso, and wasabi mayo on it.
Yeah.
Right? No. No. You like that?
I think it's solid. I think Vancouver is really big on Asian foods, Asian culture. So there's a lot of it. So you kind of experience it. You kind of got to try it at least once. You'll see little advertisements for it every there.
Butter tarts, good or great?
They're good. I don't know about great. I wouldn't say I eat them too often, but they're good.
What is your favorite Canadian food? Maybe it's
favorite Canadian food. Poutine's up there for sure. But if we're talking about snacks, we have a lot of good chocolate bars.
Yeah?
We have like coffee crisps. I don't know if you've heard of those. Those are really good. I brought some of those for the guys when my family came down.
And they were fans?
Yeah, they were fans. We have...
So what was it like going to Hershey? Did you try the chocolate there?
No, I didn't have anything at Hershey. I didn't try anything.
What? It's because you're watching your diet to make sure that you're in correct
Oh,
basketball
yeah, for
shape.
sure, for sure.
Hey, I want you to know one last thing before we let you go. A majority of Americans still consider Canada a close ally, and we welcome you here, and thank you very much for taking this time out, and good luck for the rest of the season and your career here at Pitt.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you guys for having me.
Thanks, Karen.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. When we come back, Jeff's going to rejoin us here on the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
Mom, can you tell us a story about Ted?
There once was a Clearview expert named Ted who helped a family plan for their future ahead. As savings accounts started their journey to grow.
Financial advice is closer than you think. Clearview, clearly different.
Hon, is your new pinball machine in our budget?
KeyBank will meet you in that our money is now our money moment.
Actually, our banker Steve recommended we start a joint checking account for bills and keep our individual accounts for things like, pinball machines.
Did someone say Banker Steve? I was in the neighborhood in case you had any checking account questions.
Steve, you're always there for us. Now, how quickly can we open that account?
Steve, are you seeing this?
For every financial need, we'll meet you in the moment. KeyBank opens doors. KeyBank member FDIC.
Is your business looking for local and national health coverage? If you have more than 50 employees, UPMC Health Plan has something new for you. UPMC National Access. UPMC National Access gives employees access to the top-ranked doctors and hospitals of UPMC, along with nationwide access through the Cigna Healthcare PPO network. For the quality, affordable coverage that your company deserves, locally and nationally, choose UPMC Health Plan. Need a slam dunk snack for game day? Pitt Panther Paws are here to deliver, bringing hometown flavor with every bite. Buttery caramel, chopped pecans, a mini pretzel, and smooth milk chocolate come together for the perfect balance of sweet and salty, just like a buzzer-beating victory. From tip-off to final whistle, keep your crowd cheering with a snack made for champions. Available now at a Sarah's Candies retailer near you. You don't need to study film or draw up elaborate plays to save on groceries. Just visit Giant Eagle and get freshness and savings in every basket. Choose from a top-seeded selection of fresh produce, meat, seafood, baked goods, and more to make every meal a fan favorite. Our friendly team members are happy to help you plan the perfect dish. Plus, with My Perks rewards, weekly deals, and can't miss value from our family of brands, you always have ways to save. Giant Eagle, because it matters.
Hi, this is Bill Hillgrove. Life moves fast, but planning ahead doesn't have to be complicated.
Exactly, Bill. That's why NSS Life offers affordable life insurance and reliable annuities you can count on.
It's the peace of mind you've been looking for.
Because you're not just planning for tomorrow, you're building a future that lasts a lifetime.
NSS Life. Secure today, confident tomorrow.
NSS Life, where family matters.
Hey, who's that girl helping you with your draft picks?
Oh, that's my Clearview expert, Jen. What do you always say, Jen?
Diversify your lineup, just like your investment portfolio.
Yes! She's a genius! Financial advice is closer than you think. Clearview, clearly different.
Back to the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Radio Network.
Welcome back to the GBU Live Campus View Club. Karen did a great job.
Great job.
You haven't had poutine.
I have not had poutine.
What you ought to do for the pregame meal for any opponent, give them a whole bunch of poutine right before a game.
Yeah.
It's good.
I'll try anything right now.
How far has he come, and especially what you've asked of him based on what you probably thought you would ask him?
Yeah. Well, first and foremost, I'm really grateful and thankful for him and for choosing us. In some ways, I feel bad for him, just from the standpoint of, when we got together, when the whole team got together, minus Roman, around July, and we started practice, again, he was brought here to redshirt. And it was hard for him when we did 5-on-5, 4-on-4, 5-on-5 to get reps in practice because of all the guys we had in the front court. And he wanted to get in and would get a little frustrated and things like that. And so you go from that to in September, now all of a sudden, you know, there's one less guy and it's like the main guy. And then there's another injury, you know, with Amdi where he's out. And then you get into the season and then Papa's there. So we went from having 6 front court players to 2. Wow. You know, and that's if you consider Roman a front court player. We went from having 5 guys that are 6'10" and above, and now we have him. That's it. And so he's been thrust into this position that he may not have been ready for. That's why we plan to redshirt him, because I think he has a very high ceiling, especially after working with him this summer, seeing him in an individual work, and then when he was able to get in. But just normally with big guys, it takes a little bit more time. The speed of the game, the physicality as a freshman takes time unless you're Cameron Boozer or Caleb, someone like that. We looked at him as more, we kind of looked at it like when Virginia's program got really good under Tony Bennett. One of the things that he did after his first couple of seasons, or after his first 2 seasons when he established, every big guy they signed, they redshirted.
Really?
Everyone. Every big guy they signed, they redshirted. And so he would have them for 5 years. And then by the time they were a redshirt sophomore, redshirt junior, redshirt senior, like they were stronger and just really, really good. And so that's kind of the vision that we had as we put this team together of, okay, let's get 10 guys that we think can really play. And then we'll have these other 4 or 5 guys that are like the back end of the roster that are more developmental guys. And then by the time they're redshirt sophomore, redshirt, like they're really good and they've established, they're stronger and things like that. So he's gotten a lot better. He's shown some really bright spots. Like you mentioned, the SMU game, that block he had was big time, and he's done some really good things, and it's going to continue to happen for him.
All right, when we come back, it's a trip to North Carolina, to Chapel Hill. We'll take a look at the Tar Heels next on the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
Thinking about selling your home? With RE/MAX Select Realty, you're not just getting an agent, you're getting a powerhouse team backed by the #1 name in real estate. Our proven marketing, expert negotiators, and cutting-edge technology mean your home sells faster and for top dollar. Trust the brand with global reach and local expertise. When it comes to selling your biggest investment, don't settle. Select the best. RE/MAX Select Realty, official real estate partner of Pitt Athletics.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies ask, what's your salary? At Northwestern Mutual, we ask, what's your story? We know building the right financial plan means looking at more than money. That's why we start by asking the right questions, listening to what matters most to you, then guiding you every step of the way to help you live the life you want. Plan your financial story with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Northwestern Mutual Pittsburgh today. Visit pittsburgh.nm.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Need a slam dunk snack for game day? Pitt Panther Paws are here to deliver, bringing hometown flavor with every bite. Buttery caramel, chopped pecans, a mini pretzel, and smooth milk chocolate come together for the perfect balance of sweet and salty, just like a buzzer-beating victory. From tip-off to final whistle, keep your crowd cheering with a snack made for champions. Available now at a Sarah's Candies retailer near you.
Do you desire a career in the electrical industry, have a strong work ethic, and take pride in your work? Well, the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local Number 5 has immediate opportunities for you. Earn industry-leading wages and benefits, including health care for your family, retirement packages, continuing education programs, pathways for advancement, and so much more. For information, call 412-432-1400 or visit us online at ibw5.org. today.
A bicentennial isn't measured in years alone, but in progress. And KeyBank has been there to celebrate yours. Building homes, businesses, and communities together. Bringing new opportunities to generation after generation. For 200 years, KeyBank's been meeting you in the moments that matter most. Here's to 2 centuries of service and counting. KeyBank opens doors. KeyBank, member FDIC.
As on the basketball court, financial planning requires a comprehensive playbook to win the wealth management game. JKS Financial understands that your needs are unique and will provide the game plan to win with your financial goals. Their financial advisors use a proven wealth optimization system with a focus on retirement distribution strategy and will coach you through your journey to financial stability and peace of mind for the future. Visit jks-financial.nm.com.
Let's return to the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Radio Network.
And Jeff, to your point about the ACC, North Carolina's 19-5, nationally ranked, but 7th in the ACC this year. Looking at some of the stats, they're tops in assist to turnover ratio. They take care of the ball very well. Second in the conference during ACC games in scoring. But they will be without Caleb Wilson, who has a broken hand.
Yeah, it's a big loss. I mean, he's their best player. He's one of the better players in the country. Leads them in scoring, leads them in rebounding. But they have a lot of other really good players. Vesser is their second leading scorer, another big guy, 7-foot transfer from Arizona that's averaging almost a double-double. I think he's at like 16 and 9.
That's exactly right.
And then Jaron Stevenson, who's a transfer from Alabama. He's a really good player. He'll step in and start at the 4 for them most likely. Seth Trimble, who's been there, is a really good player. And so they have other really good guys that I'm sure are anxious to step up and have more of an opportunity.
And Trimble has a really unique stat line in that his stat line is all at UNC.
Yeah.
I mean,
very rare now for
right?
a guy to
for
stay at one place that long.
And, obviously he knows everything that's going. What a luxury to have somebody like that in today's game.
Absolutely. And he's been a winning player his whole time. And it's actually refreshing. He's a guy that played some as a freshman, didn't listen to other people, bided his time, kept working, played a little bit more as a sophomore, became a starter last year, and now is the leader. And you don't see that. That's very, very rare now in college athletics, probably.
How do you try to attack Carolina?
They have some young guards that are talented, but they're still freshmen. You have to. For us, the big thing is that we have to move the ball. We start the games and we do a good job of that, and then the ball gets stagnant, it gets stuck, and then we try to play one-on-one. We're not. This iteration of our team, we're not one-on-one guys. We've had that in the past with Bub, with Jamarius, with guys like that could break you down and do some things. We don't have that right now. So we have to understand we have to move it. It has to go side to side. We have to be a good passing team. We have to make on-time reads and passes.
All right, good luck.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks to Kieran for joining us here today. To Jason, T-Bird, and Joel for putting this together. The game is at 2 o'clock. Bill Hillgrove and Curtis Aiken will have the pregame show starting at 1:30. For the Panthers and Tar Heels, Saturday afternoon right here on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.